Hello friends, this is Hedda. I haven't made a proper pen pal with me video since December, so it's about time, isn't it? Today I am writing my first letter to my friend Kat. You might know her from her YouTube channel Kat's Planner. She makes a lot of amazing videos. I definitely recommend you check her out. I got to know her through Instagram, and although we talk there most of the time, it will be fun exchanging letters too. My creative process is kind of chaotic, and when I make pen pal letters I like to just get everything out in the open so that I can see it. So here I'm just picking out some stickers and ephemera that I think I might want to use, both for decoration and for extras, and just dumping it on my desk, basically. It's messy, but I need to see the stationery in front of me to remember that it's there, if that makes sense. It's also why I like open storage solutions, because if I can't see things, I'm less likely to use them. Since this is my first letter to Kat, I'm not quite sure yet what type of letters she preferred to receive. She makes a lot of pen pal videos over on her channel, and those are often quite colorful, but since most of my stationery is more muted, I thought I'd just go for a subtle neutral color scheme with some yellow and orange to spice it up. So you'll see a lot of craft paper and vintage looking stationery in this video. I wanted to make a little thingy with pockets for the different parts of the pen pal letter. One pocket for the letter, one for ephemera, and one for stickers and washi tape samples. I've made the mistake before of using too thick paper for this, making it very difficult to glue and keep it together. So this time I used craft paper from the Archer and Olive notepad as the base, and then I used thinner paper to make the pockets. I used a ripped out page from a sheet music booklet I got at the thrift store. I used some brown golden-ish origami paper, and lastly some thick vellum paper for the final pocket. There really isn't any magic trick to this. I just fold the pieces of paper around the base and glue it down with glue tape. I tried not to pull the paper too taut so that there would be enough room to put stickers and ephemera in there without it bursting or something, since especially the sheet music paper is quite fragile because it's very old. The vellum paper is the hardest to manipulate since it's so smooth and stiff, but I managed it somehow. I decided on using vellum paper for the bottom pocket because it's see-through, so Kat will be able to see the contents of the bottom pocket without having to pull everything out. Since the back of the card looks rather ugly after all of these layers, I glued on the first page in a book I've been ripping pages out of to cover up the back. The book is called Olga, and it's by a Russian author. This particular book was printed in 1903, so the Norwegian is very old-fashioned and definitely has a lot more influence from Danish language than modern Norwegian has. And that's it for the pocket. I add some labels to it at the end, but first I wanted to decorate the letter. Since it's the very first letter I am writing to Kat, I am keeping it quite short, using only one sheet of A5 sized paper, which I'll use both sides of. I'm trying to keep the weight of the letter down, and then it really helps to not decorate the actual letter as much as I normally would do. It also lets me write more on each sheet of paper, so that was my strategy for this one. Although I really like decorating the letter in pen pal letters, I'm realizing more and more that maybe it's better to put my energy into the presentation of the pen pal letter as a whole, and instead of spending stationery on the letter, I can gift those stickers and ephemera to my pen pal. Anyway, that's just some thoughts I had while making this letter. I wrote the letter off camera, but here I am writing Kat's name, decorating with some washi tape and stickers, and I also stamped a calendar on it for March, and later on I circled the day that I wrote the letter so that Kat can know when it's from. Since I know Kat a bit already from Instagram, I tried to write some things about myself that I don't really put up on social media, like more about my family and daily life. And I also asked her some questions about her that I am curious about. I just decorated it and made sure it fit in the pocket, and then I moved on to make some cards for questions and for a little this or that game. I used the same craft paper from the Archer and Olive notepad, and then I glued some ripped paper on top, wrote the titles with my brush pen, and put a stamp sticker from my shop Ikigai Papir in the corner of each one. I'm sure it would be very entertaining and maybe also helpful to see everything that I write in a pen pal letter, but I prefer not to show it since it's a private message from me to Kat, not like a public announcement or a public Facebook post or something. And now it's time to fill the pocket with stickers and ephemera. I like to give my pen pals a combination of sticker flakes, scrap paper, cutouts from sticker sheets I really like, maybe some papers, washi tape samples or stuff like that. So while you see me put together a selection of pretty ephemera and stickers for Kat, I wanted to talk about something. I know this might be an unpopular opinion, but I sometimes re-gift ephemera and stickers my pen pals have sent me to other pen pals, if it's something that I can't see myself using or things I have duplicates of. Because in the end, I think that rather than keeping everything I receive forever just because it was gifted to me, it's better to put it to good use, even if that involves giving it to someone else. There's so much pretty stationery, and just because it doesn't fit my style or I can't find a time to use it, doesn't mean that it should sit in a drawer and collect dust, you know? I don't gift my pen pal stationery I don't like, obviously, because I think it's weird to give gifts that you wouldn't like to receive yourself. Anyway, this is just my opinion. You might be of a different opinion, and that's okay because we're all different and there's no one size fits all, no single recipe that is the correct one. Another thing that might seem like blasphemy to some is that I cut sticker sheets into pieces. Well, not most sticker sheets, but if there's only a few stickers left in one corner, or if the sticker sheet is just too big to fit in my storage container, like these Archer and Olive sticker sheets that are just huge, I cut them into smaller pieces so they take up less space. Is that weird? Anyway, I filled the pockets with ephemera and stickers, but I tried not to overstuff it since it will just make the envelope very bulky and more likely to burst. Lastly, I used a little gift tag for some washi tape samples, which I think is a very fun addition to the pen pal letter. And then I got started on decorating the envelope. I think I actually decorated this envelope less than I normally do. I didn't want to add too many components and make it too busy, so I used the same sheet music again for the main decor, and then I used a classic-y label for where the name and address will go. I left the top right mostly empty so that the stamp will be more visible. And then I just doodled some plants, put some washi tape down, and stamped some moons and stars for additional decoration. You guys know I always struggle with the envelope because of the huge printed sticker the Norwegian post office likes to put on my letters, but this time I decided to just use a stamp I had at home, even though the value was higher than it needed to be. Oh, and the last thing that I did was to make little labels for the pocket thingy that I still have no name for. I wrote stickers, ephemera, and letter on a piece of paper, and then I glued those little labels on a piece of washi tape so that it would be more visible. This made the pocket thing a bit more lively and colorful as well, so it's both functional and decorative. I hope that Kat will enjoy opening this pen pal letter, and I can't wait for her reply. Ever since I did my pen pal search over on my Instagram, I've gotten a lot of messages from those of you who found a pen pal through that post, and it makes me so happy to hear. I'm really excited that I was able to help you find a pen pal since it's a hobby that I really enjoy. If you ever want to send me something, my P.O. box address is in the description box, but please be aware that I can't reply with a full pen pal letter to everyone, but I do try to at least send back a postcard if nothing else. I'm hoping to maybe open some mail live at some point. I think that would be fun, maybe when we reach 20,000 subscribers. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please add a letter or a mailbox emoji to your comments so that I know you watched all the way to the end, and also please consider subscribing if you haven't already. I hope that you're all having a lovely day, and I'll see you next time. Bye!